welcome to This is Pikeville. We visit with Pikeville Tourism Director Jimmy Taylor and Pikeville Main Street Director Minta Trimble. Guys, welcome.
Hi.
Always a fun time. This is one of my favorite things that we do because it's a whole listing of events of all the great opportunities we have, new things that are coming up, and things that we can expect in the future. So let's get right to it. Jimmy Taylor, I know that you have had a busy, busy time. We have had our first official glow run of the year.
Yes, we have.
Huge event.
240 people came out, and it was an awesome event. Beautiful, beautiful time. Dark, everybody glowing, pictures taken. Yeah, it was great.
I was actually at the event, and of course it was a race to raise awareness for Noah Greenhill and his cause, and they did a wonderful job putting it on. But what fun. I mean, when you see Pikeville after dark, everything lit up with the lights across the street, and then everybody in their glowing attire, and then the black light session that was there.
Bouncy houses for the
bouncy
kids.
houses for the kids. So just one of our many events that are coming up. Races are popping up all over the place.
Yes, they are.
More races coming up, I know, in July, August, and September, really through the end of the year. So
I think our next one is, let me look at that.
I think it's
White Lightning Marathon.
The White Lightning Marathon,
White
that's
Lightning
coming
Marathon.
up, and it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of runners and racers in our area.
Right.
And
Does that have
Absolutely.
anything to do with White Lightning?
It would have a lot to do with Jimmy Kinney and Hillbilly Christmas in
Okay.
July. Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly
I didn't
will.
know
So
exactly what the tie was to that one.
yeah, so let's talk about coming up. We have 4th of July
4th of
festivities.
July celebration in downtown Pikeville. Starts at 6 o'clock. We're going to have free hot dogs and drinks for as long as they last.
Right.
The first ever EKB City of Pikeville T-shirt slingshot.
Slingshot.
The slingshot, I cannot
It's
wait
so
to,
much fun.
to do
It's going to
that.
be the best time.
Can you imagine how many people's going to be there? T-shirt.
Yeah. I can remember when we did the slingshot at Hillbilly Days. It was the first year that we had ever had it through EKB, and we didn't know how it was going to go over, but people were frantic over the T-shirts. And I tell you, it's a fun time shooting them off too. So that's going to be there. Then of course events at the Billy Johnson stage. Those guys are going to be there. Bouncy houses for the kids. Always a great time for the 4th. Already praying for good weather.
Hot dog eating contest, face
Are
painting.
you going to be in the hot dog eating contest?
I am not.
No.
I will not be participating in that at all.
Okay.
No.
It gets messy.
I bet
does.
It does get
Somebody's
messy.
got
I will
clean up the
probably be
mess.
judging that.
You'd be judging that.
I'll be
I've
judging
never
that.
really known how people can do that, and it's always the tiniest people.
It
That,
is. 2
that
years
try
ago,
their
I
hand.
remember a couple guys that was doing it, and they were so tiny, and the hot dogs didn't stay in their stomach.
You didn't stay there
But
very long.
it was a good time.
What gets me is they dip it in the water. I
Yeah.
don't think I could eat
Soggy
a hot dog.
bread's
Yeah,
not too
Just,
appetizing.
what does that make do for it? I don't know.
I don't know.
The last person that won that last year ate 10.
10.
So you would think it would be like 20, 30.
Right.
But it was only 10.
Maybe they're not professional yet.
Exactly.
They're
So
just
come out,
training.
you might win some prizes.
You never know.
Yeah.
It's always a fun day. 4th of July is always a great time to get together. And forever, the city has put on a wonderful show.
Our fire
Fireworks.
department does a superb job each and every year, and it just keeps getting better with the fireworks.
Certainly does. So that's going to be a fun time. The next event you have, and this is one of the best events too that we have downtown, the 14th of July is Kids Day in the Park.
Kids Day in the Park. And again, in conjunction with Hillbilly Christmas in July, Jimmy Kinney, Shalebra Bartley, they do a phenomenal job with the kids. Each and every kid always comes out of that event with a smile. There's so much going on with pictures with, they call it Hillbilly Santa Claus pictures.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. These kids, from the time they get there to the time they leave, they have a blast. And I would encourage each and every parent to please bring their kids down. And it's free.
It's in the city
It
park.
costs you nothing.
Yeah, it is in the city park.
It
so
is.
it starts that day and goes throughout. And then, of course, that evening, Rumble in the Riverfield is going to take place. It's the motorcycle parade from Mine Chef Harley Davidson that starts. And they have some special guests this year, too, that are going to be there.
Musical guest is Midlife Crisis. Also from the TV show Sons of Anarchy, Brett Wagner. He'll be there signing autographs. And there's going to be also a helicopter flyover.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's always a lot of fun,
kids
too, for
love
the
that,
kids.
yeah.
It really is. I mean, if you've never seen a helicopter parade, you don't really know what to expect until you're there and you look up and there's like 15 helicopters just go in a perfect line. It's a really neat event. Certainly so. Minta, you have a lot of things that are coming up with Main Street, with our 2D district. It's just so much fun. I do want to recap, though, Dinner and White was a beautiful event, and it was the rain date that we used, but I mean the night that it happened, it was just gorgeous. So talk a little bit about Dinner and White and what it goes for.
It was a beautiful evening, and Dinner and White is a fundraiser. It's our largest fundraiser that we do, and all the funds are for like downtown revitalization and artistic endeavors, such as Jenny, that's on the Hambly side of Jenny Wiley Theater. So it's a pop art mural, and Jenny kind of is like a knockoff from Hairspray, but with a little bit of a twist. So it's just our version of adding some art to downtown, and soon in her white bubble that you see there right now, you will be able to see what shows are coming for Jenny Wiley Theater.
So that will be interchanging.
It will be. That'll be interchanging. It will stay up for 2 or 3 months at a time, and then Jenny's going to sign it and say, I'm saving you a seat. So, we want everyone to check out Jenny Wiley Theater and see what's going on there. Then at the end of July, from this year's proceeds from Dinner and White, we're starting the mural on the front side of Jenny Wiley, which we call the front, and it's the side that you go in the doors at the lobby. They're on the plaza area on 2nd Street. So as you look up above the glass windows, that's where we'll start the mural. And this one will be a little bit more relative to what you would see on stage during one of their shows. So we're excited about that. The same artist, Jordan Justice, will be doing that. And anyone that participated in Dinner White knows that we had several things that were donated and time given, but all of that is in an appreciation of, I think, what we're trying to do for downtown, and people like to show their support for that, and they'll be able to see that in a visual format when the 2nd Street side gets done as well. Then I want to go back and mention on July the 14th, Main Street will have a tent set up during the Rumble in the Riverfield.
Yes, ma'am.
As another fundraiser, we'll be selling hot dogs and chips and drinks and things, and so we're kind of our way of engaging, and because we've always participated with that Motorcycles on Main, and so we're really excited about that. So everybody just come and be hungry.
Be hungry.
Be hungry.
And be ready for a lot of fun.
Absolutely, and I think that starts at 7.
Yes, ma'am.
That evening with
Directly
the music.
after Kids Day.
Right after Kids Day in the park, and that's going to be so much fun. So much fun.
Always Kids Day in the park. If you just come, and I suggest bringing a change of clothes for your kids and maybe for yourself, because they have water games that are in the park for your kids. So you can park, do Kids Day in the park, and then just walk up 2nd Street or walk up Main Street, whichever you prefer, and then go to the Rumble in the Riverfield.
Follow the motorcycles to the Riverfield.
That's right, and just make a whole day of it in downtown.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, they have the restrooms right there in the park to change in. That's a great idea, Jill. And just whatever you need, we'll hope to have it there. Food, fun. Yep.
Frolicking.
Yeah.
It is a great time, and it's
So spin out, burnout starts to spin out. Burnouts on the. Are we having burnouts?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What's his name? I had it down here.
The burnouts are something.
He's pretty awesome. This guy comes from over towards Virginia, I think.
He does.
And
for
but he's
some
been
reason,
with us before, and he does a
missing
great
his
job.
name.
He
at
does a great
burnouts.
job. And if you haven't been at the Riverfield when the burnouts are going on, and maybe you're driving down the bypass or look over and all you see is a cloud of smoke that rises up, you think, oh my goodness, what's going on there? I want to go see, what is going on
in that small space.
in that small space.
We
And
should
it's
check
great.
and see if we can get into the Guinness Book of World Records and drag racing in the smallest area.
Gary Ellswick is the man's
Gary
name.
Ellswick, yeah.
Gary
I thought it was an Ellswick. But anyway, there's a lot of fun fit in that space.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. So then the 20th and 21st, Jimmy, drag racing in the Riverfield. That's just another event, and that's going to be a lot of fun too. Slingshot's going to be there as well.
Slingshot registration will start at 5 on Friday. Test and tune will start at 7. Last man standing race this time on Friday. It starts at 9. Saturday gates open at 9. Test and tune at 2, and racing will start at 6 o'clock. Both nights we'll use the Slingshot, I'm hoping.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That'll be
Okay,
great.
both nights. You know what you're going to shoot off there, or you haven't decided
T-shirts,
yet?
T-shirts, and T-shirts.
T-shirts,
T-shirts,
T-shirts, and T-shirts.
Everybody loves a T-shirt, especially a free one.
sure
Absolutely. It's the best way
Absolutely
to
do.
tell everybody what's going on.
Absolutely.
We recently had our ribbon cutting for Dueling Barrels Brewery and Distillery. It's one of the hardest words to say, brewery. But it is now officially open for tours. And Minta, I know with Main Street and seeing all of the different things that have happened to our downtown area, I know you're excited to get this facility open too, to add it as one more thing to do when you're downtown.
Absolutely. I think all of downtown and all of the city of Pikeville is very excited, because this experience is going to bring a lot of tourists to the area. It's going to bring people that probably didn't think of Pikeville before, but where, you know, the Bourbon Trail definitely leans now more towards this way, and that experience, they'll be able to pick that up. And that's why we've kind of come up with these 2D events, like the last Saturday of each month. Now we'll be on 2nd Street. You could go into Dueling Barrels, which will enter on Hambley Boulevard side, go through the distillery, see what's there, take the tour. Their storytellers will be able to tell you everything. And then as you exit, you'll be at the gift shop area, which will put you right on the street. So the last Saturday of each month, we'll have several other things going on there, like cupcakes, Sweeties cupcakes, roasted Appalachia with lemonade, other, you know, artisans and things doing things in the street. And well, July the 28th is beach night. So from 2 to 7 that afternoon, we will have a band set up all down 2nd Street, just any kind of people that own a business in the city of Pikeville or any artisan that wants to participate. You'll be able to take the tour and see what's happening on 2nd, spend a whole afternoon downtown and shop a little. You know, we're really trying to build that area, and we're hoping that these events will help do that.
Do we have any new businesses coming to downtown that we do want to talk about? I know on 2nd Street there's a new restaurant coming.
There is. There's a new restaurant, and it's, I had heard previously that it was going to be around the end of June, mid-July, and this gentleman he and his wife are doing this. So I think it's going to be a great atmosphere, kind of like a deli in the afternoon, and then they're going to switch over in the evening to a little bit more of a different menu. So I think it's going to be a great partnership, and another place that people will be able to go to. Downtown Pikeville needs some restaurants. We need, you know, we have great places like Blue Raven and Bank 253, and during the week, you know, Joyce's Place. All of those places work out great, but there's never too many, I don't think, you know, with the population that we get from the drag races, from other things, of having places to eat. That's different. That's kind of something that's created by a chef or an experience that you've not had before.
Just a really unique opportunity for different kinds of food and cuisine that we have. And,
Right.
and as I always say, and you've heard me say it a million times, that it's great that we can find a parking place, be it on Hambley, be it on 2nd, be it on Division or Main Street, park the car and just walk the blocks. Because you always find, when I'm down there walking in the evening, if I'm strolling the baby or we're just out and about or at a glow run or something like that where you spend some time downtown, I live here and I always see something new or something that piques my interest. And you know, I think when you live here too, that you kind of forget what is downtown because you're here all the time.
Because if you're driving by,
Yes.
it's a total different thing as if you're walking by.
Yes.
Everything comes to life from the sidewalk. Yesterday I was in a meeting in Frankfurt, and there was this gentleman that works for the Kentucky Department of Transportation, and he was doing a presentation, and it was about pedestrian traffic and bicycling, and the number of people that come to your town. I mean, think about it. You can get 4 to 6 people in a car. That car takes up one parking place. But if you take an area such as what we're doing on 2nd Street, you can get hundreds of people, but only 8 to 10 parking places.
Right.
So, you know, we have a little bit of people that say, oh, parking. You know, park over on Main Street, walk over and see the other 100 or 200, 300 people that's there. Don't worry about that car because it's a transportation mode for getting you further out.
Right.
Walking gets you to where
Gets
the
you right on
social
the inside.
events are and things that's happening.
Yeah, like I always said, I always see something different, and I
Yeah.
live here, and I'm here every day, traveling Hambley, 2nd and Main every single day, just about. And if I'm on foot though, I always stop and I browse the windows and I shop
Right.
that way too. And then, you know, if you go into Rustic Roots or go into Art and Gift, or if you're at CC Bell, you always see something different. Mickey's, you know, I love to look at her window because she always has so
She
many
does.
different things in there.
She does.
And if you're driving by, you glance. But I invite everybody to get out and take a stroll around town because it really is a unique experience.
Now with Dueling Barrels open, they can also do the tour too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And-
And yeah.
Danny said that was going to be open 7 days a week.
It's open 7 days a week, 10 to 5 through the week, and including Saturday and 12 to 5 on Sunday. So if you haven't been to our Dueling Barrels distillery yet, I know a lot of us have kind of seen different parts of it, but if you take a tour and really get to be the consumer and be the visitor, because so many times we go in and we're there for certain things. We're there for business or we're there for just a particular section, but I'm excited to go as the tourist, as the person who wants
Exactly.
to see
As
everything.
somebody that comes into the area
Yeah.
and gets to know our heritage.
Yeah.
Danny's doing a super job with that also.
He certainly is.
An experience that you wouldn't expect to find.
No.
And that shows the growth of Pikeville. That, you know, the unexpected, we always say people come to Pikeville, it's changed so much. It's such a beautiful, clean town. And they're like, I didn't expect this. So I don't think that they're going to expect the quality that definitely Julian Barrels has brought to the area, that we get to have that benefit of stretching out into our events and showcasing that to people.
Yeah, like he like when we talked with Danny, he said, you know, they say that it's the beginning of the Bourbon Trail.
Yeah.
You know, if you're coming to Kentucky from
Yes.
the East Coast, Pikeville's going to be your first stop. So what a wonderful opportunity for people that have never been here before, that are really interested in the Bourbon Trail. We're their first stop, and then they get the joy of seeing everything that downtown Pikeville and our city has to offer.
A lot of our local residents don't understand sometimes $1.6 billion in tourism funds is generated every year with the state of Kentucky. Can you imagine what an economic boom it's going to be when these people start coming this way?
Yeah.
We're their first stop. And our local restaurants, our gas stations, our local shops.
Or motels.
Yeah, our motels.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And you know, it increases quality of life here for people as well too, because they get to experience culture from other places. So I think we're kind of creating the culture that is changing. You know, I was thinking about walking and you know how millennials, they, you know, we have a university here, young people, and we're trying to create a culture for them that is different also than what maybe people with, you know, cars, some places don't even think a car is an option.
Right.
You know, because, you know, we live in a little tight-knit community. It's definitely easy to walk and easy to be here.
Certainly
I
so.
seen on social media yesterday that a tour has started from Lexington to Pikeville. Just a tour Dueling Barrels.
Yeah.
Who would have ever thought 2-3 years ago that there would be tours coming to Pikeville
Instead of going there.
instead of going there?
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's phenomenal.
I did see what you're talking about, though. It is an opportunity to just do a coach from Lexington to here to tour the new facility, and certainly the family of Alltech is wonderful in promoting their businesses and their different opportunities, and this is just one way for them to do that. And they're so excited about this opportunity and the uniqueness of Dueling Barrels. It is something totally different than anything they have at their Lexington distilleries. So why not invite everybody here and get them to come to us instead of us always going there?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely, because you know, many years Pikeville has made the trip that way. So it's really good that kind of feeding into us now.
One thing that I know that the both of you always promote, and we need to reiterate over and over again, is that we are a destination now. The city of Pikeville is a destination for our tourism events, for our 2D events that we do, our Main Street programs that we do. Certainly going into the winter months, we have a lot of opportunity there for people to come into our area. But it is so important that, number one, we invite people that are outside of the area, but certainly our people that are here, because we do tend to forget. Like I've said, we tend to forget what opportunities we have here, and that really we don't have to leave our area. We don't have to leave the city to find something to do on the weekends, because there's a whole plethora of opportunities for us.
There's always something to do in
the
Pikeville.
river, the races. I know, Jimmy, you have so many things that people can visit. Just think of some of the things.
Zip, saddle, and paddle. You have Winterfest, you have 4th of July, you have all the drag races we do throughout the year. Minta and her 2D district.
Yeah.
You cannot say that there's nothing to do in Pikeville anymore.
Certainly something going on every weekend.
Right, and I think what I'm seeing then from the community is, because of that, they're offering ideas of what they've seen other places or what they think might work. And that's what we need. You know, we need to be fresh. We need to think, you know, what is happening in other places that people leave here and go towards, that we can definitely have that here. There is no limitations as to what we can do, because we have all the great resources to do that with.
And our beautiful expo center.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
There's always something going on.
There's always
Expo.
something going on, and you know, we're blessed to have that, because you know, with an arena like that, we are able to
WWE SummerSlam.
That's what I was going to talk
Yes.
about. We have WWE SummerSlam coming up. That's going to be July 22nd. But let's go back to Jenny Wiley Theater, if I can, for just a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Footloose, one of my favorite shows. Footloose is going to be the 15th through July 7th. And then Hairspray, and when
Yes,
you
ma'am.
mentioned Jenny, I think about Hairspray, July 20th through August 11th. And then the White Lightning event, 5K
Yes.
event, going to be July 7th.
Yes, ma'am.
And then the Expo Center has taken over Main Street Live this year. And I've been to one of those events, and that's going to be July 6th.
Tim Talbot Project
Is July 6th, and the 20th
is Brother Smith.
Brother Smith. And I don't know that they've been here before. Have they been
haven't.
here? They have not been here.
I don't think so.
No, I don't
Tim
think so.
Talbot Project is fantastic.
It is.
They are just
This is probably
wonderful.
Tim's 5th year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a lot of fun. And then July 22nd, as we mentioned, the WWE SummerSlam Heat Wave Tour Always a large draw. I can remember as a child when wrestling was so big, you know, when I was a young girl, and my brother loved it too, but it still is such a large event,
Sells
a large
out
industry.
every year.
And it's always a huge crowd.
Yes.
It is. You wouldn't believe the people that, you know, the young people that are such fans.
Yes.
They like come out and see this. So like my grandson, I was like, I didn't know you were that big of a fan.
They
You know,
are.
like, I'm so glad it's here, Dad. Can we go? Because that gives them the opportunity to go where they would not be able to if it was an hour or 2 hours away.
Absolutely.
It is such a unique opportunity that we have with our expo center here with the concerts and the different events, and certainly WWE coming in. There's always something to do, and I encourage you to check out their website, eastkentuckyexpo.com, to find out a whole listing of events that they have there. Let's recap quickly, if we can, events coming up. Jimmy, I'll start with you.
July the 4th, our fireworks at dark. T-shirt slingshot, EKB, City of Pikeville. I can't stress to you how much I'm looking so forward to that. July the 14th, Kids Day in the Park. Also Rumble in the Riverfield. July the 20th and 21st, drag racing in the Riverfield. Jenny Wiley, Footloose Hairspray. East Kentucky Expo, Main Street Live, the 6th and the 20th, and WWE SummerSlam on the 22nd.
Get your tickets now.
Get
Lots
your
of
tickets
fun.
now.
Minta, what about yours?
We have coming up, of course, the last Saturday of every month. July the 28th would be the next one that'll kind of roll around with this, and that is Beach Night. It's, a band from Cincinnati, Ohio called the Sunburners. So they've been here once before at Main Street Live. Got a lot of good vibes from them, and since we're going to really try to make it very beachy and have the merchants display their summer things and get a lot of things going on. So July the 28th, and the next one is the last Saturday in August, and that's called Downtown Hippie, Back to School. So again, you know, we kind of theme them up because, you know, hippie, that vibe is like so back right now. When if you go shopping and you were like a bell-bottom girl back in the 70s, you won't have a problem finding those now for your children.
Not at all.
Right, so Back to School, we'll celebrate that, and then in September will be our merchant retail gating and wine tasting. So that'll be the last Saturday in September, so we're very excited about that. And we're partnering with Dueling Barrels on every single one of these. Like, they will be on the 2nd Street as well with their merchandise, and partner with other different businesses throughout the city of Pikeville and artisans. So we ask you to come out the last Saturday of each month from 2 to 7.
And for a complete listing of events, you both have websites and Facebook pages. What's your website, Jimmy?
Visit Pikeville.com, or you can find us on Facebook at Pikeville City Tourism.
Minta?
PikevilleMainStreet.com, and then Facebook, Pikeville Main Street.
I encourage everyone to. I'm a person that still likes to put things on my calendar. I like to physically write them down. I want to, you know, I put it on my iPad, but I'm also always wanting to write things down so I remember. But I encourage everyone to go to those websites or to the Facebook pages, because there's always a listing of events that go on and that you can take and just go ahead and jot those into your calendar, pencil them in to make sure that you already have that event planned for your family for the weekend, and get the fun started early.
Absolutely.
Something to look forward to for everybody. Always a great time to sit down and discuss the events that we have coming up. We do it every month. We make sure that everyone is updated on everything there is. Of course, they can tune into WDHR Thursdays and Friday mornings for the call-in that you do for Daybreak that gives a whole listing of events for the weekend and immediate opportunities. I know that that's something that a lot of people are interested in, and certainly you all do a great job. So we want to invite everybody to tune in that way. And certainly Facebook, website, or if they just see you on the street.
Absolutely, yeah. Just
Tell everybody
yell
what's
us and
going
say,
on.
Jimmy, what's happening?
And he'll tell you.
Oh, yeah, I don't care a bit to tell you.
No, he's a walking calendar. Guys, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Enjoyed our
Thank
time
you.
today, and until we get together next time, thank you for everything that you do, and I look forward to all of our wonderful events.
Thank you, Jill.
Thank you.
This is Pikeville. Thank you so much for joining us.